Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhu. Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Jaya Jaya जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिष्ठे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तदा रजस् देवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Reading from 6th canto, chapter 8, entitled The Narayana Kavacha Shield. Verse number? Oh. जस्ट पता नहीं क्या कॉल करें. वर्स नंबर 30. जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते. जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते. मत्स्यमूर्ति. यादो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्. यादे गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्. स्थलेषु माया वटुवामनोऽव्या. स्थलेषु माया त्रिविक्रमाख्ये वटु विश्वरूपा. त्रिविक्रमाख्ये. जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते. यादो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्. स्थलेषु माया वटुवामनोऽव्या. स्थलेषु त्रिविक्रमाख्ये वटु विश्वरूपा. जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते. यादो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्. यादो गणेभ्यो स्थलेषु माया वटुवामनोऽव्या. स्थलेषु माया त्रिविक्रमाख्ये वटु विश्वरूपा. Please recite. जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते.
यादो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्.
स्थलेषु माया वटुवामनेभ्यो.
त्रिविक्रमाख्ये वटु विश्वरूपा.
Yeah, please someone can recite.
जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते.
जलेषु मां रक्षतु मत्स्यमूर्ते. यादो गणेभ्यो वरुणस्य पाशान्. स्थलेषु माया वटुवामनोऽव्या. त्रिविक्रमाख्ये वटु विश्वरूपा. Word to word translation. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Jaleshu, in the water. Mam, me. Rakhyato, protect. Masya Murtihi, the Supreme Lord in the form of great fish. Yadaha Ganevya, from fierce aquatic animals. Varunasya, of the demigod known as Varuna. Pasha, from the arresting rope. Sthaleshu, on the land. Maya Batu, in the merciful form of the Lord as dwarf. Bhamana, named Bhamana Dev. Avyat, may he protect. Trivikramaha, Trivikrama, whose 3 gigantic steps took the 3 worlds from Bali. K, in the sky. Abatu, may the Lord protect. Vishwarupaha, the gigantic universal form. Translation and purpose. May the Lord who assumes the body of a great fish protect me in the water from the fierce animals that are associates of the demigod Varuna. By expanding his illusory energy, the Lord assumed the form of dwarf Bhamana. May Bhamana protect me on the land, since the gigantic form of the Lord Vishwarupa conquers the 3 worlds. May he protect me in the sky. Purport. This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the water, land, sky in his incarnation as the fish, Vamanadev and the Vishwarupa. Go ahead. ठीक है. Text 14. दुर्गेषु अतव्याजि मुखादिषु प्रभो पायन् नृसिंहो शुरयूथा पारिः विमुञ्चतो यस्य महात्हाशं दिशो विनेदुन्यपतं सगर्वः. May Lord Nrsimhadev, who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind of one enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefront. रक्षतु वशुमाधवनी यज्ञकल्पः स्वतंष्ट्रयोनीतधरो वराः रामोद्रिकुटेषु अथ विप्रवासे सलक्ष्यमनोव्याद् भरताग्रजोऽस्मान्. The supreme indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of the ritualistic sacrifice and is therefore known as Yajñārthāt. In his incarnation as Lord Boar, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe and kept it on his pointed tusks. May that Lord protect me from rogues on the street. May Parsuram protect me on the tops of the mountains. And may the elder brother of Bharata, Lord Ramachandra, along with his brother Lakshmana, protect me in foreign countries. Purport. There are three Rams. One Ram is Parsuram, Jamadagni. Another Ram is Lord Ramachandra and third Ram is Lord Balaram. In this verse, the words Ramodrikuteshu Atha indicate Lord Parsuram. The brother of Bharata Maharaj and Lakshmana is Lord Ramachandra. You read a little further. Text 16. Mamugra dharmat akhilat pramadan narayane pato narascha hasat dattascha ayogat athayoganatha payat gunesha kapila karma bandhat. May Lord Narayana protect me from unnecessarily following false religious system and falling from my duties due to madness. May the Lord in his appearance as Nara protect me from unnecessary pride. May Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. Dattatreya. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from material bondage of fruitive activities. Text 17. Sanat Kumaro Vatukama Devat Dhaya Sirsamam Pathideva Helanat Devarsivaryaha Purusarchana Antarat Kurmo Hariramam Nirayat Asesha. May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Hayagriv protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord. May Devarsi Narada protect me from committing offenses in worshipping the deity. And may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets. Purport. Lusty desires are very strong in everyone. They are the greatest impediment to the discharge of devotional service. Therefore, those who are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumara, the great brahmachari devotee. Narada Muni, who is the guide for Archan, is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which prescribes the regulative principles for worshipping the deity. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Devarsi Narada in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deity. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. Hare Krishna. So, seeking blessings from all the Vaishnavas, try to speak something on Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, which is described as Amala Purana. Spotless Purana. Very, very difficult to conceive this, isn't it? Bhagavatam beginning it is told that this Bhagavatam is meant for what? Whom? Nirmacharanam Sata. It's meant for completely non-envious people, selfless people. Vedyam Vastavatra Vastu Shivadam Tapotre Unmulanam. This actually establishes the Supreme Lord Krishna in our heart. Such is the glories of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. By reading regularly, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. By regularly reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and serving person Bhāgavatam, Krishna is established in our heart. Śrīmatam Sukatha Krishna. Punya Sravana Kirtana. Hridayantastva Vadrani Vidunati Shuhritam Satam. All the contamination in the heart gets completely clean. Almost cleansed. That's what is being. Nashta Prayeshu Avadresh. Isn't it? Almost cleansed. That is being spoken in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Such is the glories of this literature. And by Srila Prabhupada mercy, we are regularly having Śrīmad Bhāgavatam classes and trying to come in contact with this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling every actually word of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is what he is doing? Prati Shabde Prati Akhyare Nanas Artha Koai. It inspires us to take up practice of pure devotional service more seriously and sincerely. It basically propounds or expounds the glories of what you call pure devotional services, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So here in this chapter, is being spoken by whom? Who is speaking these verses? Vishwarup is speaking, na? He is speaking for the demigods. He is giving a kavacha. Amazing, na? He is giving a kavacha, mantra, to protect oneself from different dangers of this material world. Isn't it? Bhagavatam says these words, na? Padam padam vipadam natesham. What is the beginning? Samashritaye padam padam vipadam natesham. I forgot it. 11th canto it comes, na? Anybody can find out? 10th canto. Samashritaye padaplav. Very beautiful words. Prabhu again quotes these words. Actually, until unless we realize this material world is full of dangers, because so many things is being spoken, na? How he is giving? He is telling that so many words, different dangers is being spoken. He is giving them what you call kavacha or the mantras to protect them from rogues in the street. To such in detail, actually, to what you call in the water, if the Varuna Devs, aquatic animals, in the sky, what all it is being spoken. If you are falling down from bhakti, who can protect you? If you are offending in a deity worship, who can protect you? If you are falling in your performing your duties, who can protect you? So many. Who can protect you on the top of the mountain? Who can protect you from in the foreign countries? Who can protect you on the what you call in the battlefield or in the forest, in the so many places. Which canto? 10th canto, yes. Samasritaye padaplavam padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavambudere vacha padam param padam yad vipadam natesham. So the translation goes, for those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation, is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon. The ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. Their goal is Param Padam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. So, this is the point actually is being spoken. Padam Padam Yad Vipadam Natesham. Every step there is danger. That is the position in this material world. Whichever place you go. We think there are danger from a specific place, a specific way, isn't it? Generally, like everybody is specifically afraid of something. We have a different phobia people have, isn't it? Somebody is afraid of water, somebody is afraid of snakes, somebody is afraid of what we call different living entity, somebody is afraid of anything in the material world. And we expect the danger from a certain way. Hardly to believe and understand that danger can come from any side and anywhere, from any person, isn't it? It's very difficult to conceive in this material world. That's the reason we get surprised. The easier we accept this material world is full of danger, dukkhalam asasvatam, or the faster we realize we can be very peaceful in this material world. Because the place where you are trying to be there in a completely foreign place for the spirit soul actually. Srila Prabhupada give example, just like a fish in the water. If he is taken out of water, he is always in a foreign place. Whatever you give him, he cannot be satisfied. So similarly, all of us, our original identity, being the spirit soul, only can be happy in service of the Supreme Lord. That is the only what you call Savepam saparo dharma yato bhaktir yadhokyacha ahetuki apratihata yay atma suprasiddhati. That is the only way the living entity can be satisfied. All of us can be satisfied. We should really look how actually when we are practicing devotional service in a pure way, that is the only way we are getting satisfied. Any other way we are trying, we get baffled, we get a very, what you call, bitter experience in this material world. So the verse what is being spoken, padam padam yad vipadam natesham. This world where every step you take is danger. Yesterday we were hearing lecture. Srila Prabhupada is telling, according to Vaishnava philosophy, even performing pious activity is sinful. That's what exactly he spoke. Even performing pious activity is sinful. We had heard till now that when I heard, we had heard how even performing pious activity is entangling. But Prabhupada directly spoke, even pious activity is sinful. Yes, he has spoken in other places also. Doing anything other than devotional service is sin. This only Prabhupada can speak such heavy definition of sinful activity actually. And Srila Prabhupada is speaking in those places. We were hearing yesterday, Bhāgavatam class, Srila Prabhupada. He was explaining, like if you give some charity, he was explaining that if you give some charity, naturally you will be rewarded with 4 or 5 times. But to receive that, back, you need to take birth, isn't it? Because you have to take again a next birth, you have to stay in the mother's womb, Prabhupada is explaining. You have to go through that experience of misery of mother's womb. You have to go through, once you get the body, you have to go through the disease, you have to go through the old age, you have to go through the death. So in that sense, what you call Prabhupada is explaining that how it is entangling, how it is danger actually, whatever we perform. What exactly does it mean? Anything you perform in this material world other than with a mood to perform service to Krishna is entangling. Very, anything you perform. Today morning I was hearing where Prabhupada is telling, Nirvande Krishna Sambandhi Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. Actually everything belongs to Krishna. And if you don't see that in relation to the Supreme Lord, you have got entangled. So difficult, na? So fearful situation actually in that sense. That's being spoken. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham. If you are unable to see, if all of us are unable to see the things not in relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, then we are in Maya. Who is speaking these words? You know who is speaking this? Brahma is speaking. You take out Chaturshloki Bhāgavatam, in second canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Brahmaji is speaking the definition of Maya. Yes. Krishna is speaking to Lord Brahma. Exactly. Lord Krishna is speaking to Krishna is speaking to Brahmaji. He is speaking that what is speaking? That when a person sees anything which is not in, he sees it that not in relationship with the Supreme Lord, then it is Maya. Krishna also speaks in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, yajñārthāt karmano anyatra lokayam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Krishna is telling, yajñārthāt karmano anyatra. We are performing duties, so many duties in this material world. We have our conditional duty, we have our constitutional duty. Constitutional duty is what? What is the constitutional duty? To perform devotional service, isn't it? Okay, serving Krishna, cleaning the temple hall of the Lord, glorifying the Lord, chanting the holy name of the Lord. So many constitutional duty, isn't it? Being a spirit soul, our natural propensity is to love and serve Krishna. So there are so many duties has been spoken in the scripture to revive back our original relationship with Krishna, isn't it? And conditional duty, being in this material world, having this body, you have conditional duty. Somebody is a student, somebody is a son, somebody is a wife, somebody is a husband, somebody is a citizen of the country. So everybody has some duty. But what Krishna is telling, yajñārthāt karma nanyatra lokayam karma bandhana. So when one is performing in this material world some karma, whatever karma is performing, it should be meant only for pleasing Lord Viṣṇu. That should be the only goal. Yajñārthāt karmano anyatra. Any activity other than this purpose. If you are not performing activity to please Lord Viṣṇu, lokayam karma bandhana, it actually entangles us. It actually entangles us. It's very difficult to conceive, but in due course of time, in the beginning we may not understand it, but it has already entangled us. Why? Tadartham karma kauntaya mukta sangha samachara. If you perform the activity only for the pleasure of Viṣṇu, then we are liberated. How it entangles us if you perform something other than to please Lord Viṣṇu? How it entangles us? Huh? Okay, we have to bear the reaction of the karma, isn't it? Because as soon as you think you are the doer of the activity, if you are not doing it for the pleasure of the Lord Viṣṇu, naturally you think you are the doer of the activity. So the living entity has to get the reaction, isn't it? What else? How do you get? Living entity has to get the reaction, then he has to get a body to bear the reaction, or a different situation he is put into. What else? How one gets entangled? Huh? Yes, this is the primary misidentification he gets into. That he sees himself as a separate enjoyer. That becomes more and more prominent in our heart. So it is the duty of a sadhaka, a person who is trying to practice Krishna consciousness. It is a conscious endeavor to make our activity for the pleasure of Lord Viṣṇu. Whatever we are trying to do, we have to mold our activity such a way that it remains, it should be for pleasure of Lord Viṣṇu. That should be there. Otherwise, it is dangerous. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham. From where it will come, it is very difficult to conceive. How it will be turned into a dangerous situation? No idea. No idea from where the danger will come, how it will come. It may come from the closest people of ourselves. No idea. Because this world is full of danger actually. This world is meant to give us suffering. Dukkha lam asasvatam. So the more you are practicing Krishna consciousness, the heart is getting purified. We should be able to accept this fact that this world is a place of misery. We are not ready to accept it now. We know it by philosophy, but we have not accepted it. If you have accepted it, then we will do only for pleasure of Lord Viṣṇu, isn't it? We have not accepted till now this material world is meant to give us suffering. Till we have the desire to enjoy, we are thinking I can enjoy separately from Krishna. So when this point gets established in our heart that this world is full of misery, this world is, every step is danger actually, every step. Bhāgavatam is full of what you call, can you imagine, if you read from beginning of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Parikshit Maharaj, what activity he did and what reaction he got. Sometimes we get what you call shocked. It will make, what did I do that I have to, what you call, given so much suffering, isn't it? Even in our day-to-day life, you tell, Prabhu, maine kya kiya? I have not done anything, I have done only small mistake, but you are chastising so much. Isn't it? A natural reaction comes in our heart. But if you see the whole episodes of Bhagavatam, from beginning to end, you see, all the apparently reactions are way beyond the proportionate mystic, isn't it? Way beyond the proportion. Like just this, I think Vritrasur comes after this. Chitraketu Maharaj, what mistake he did if you see? He just spoke out of just friendly way. He was cursed to become the demon. Can you imagine? Is it a proportionate to what? Prabhupada himself tells, even Parikshit Maharaj getting cursed to die is completely not a proportionate to what you call punishment for him. Isn't it? Chitraketu Maharaj getting that punishment. Whomever you find out, everybody's the punishment is completely out of the proportion, you can say. But it is meant to teach how a devotee, how a devotee reacts, or how a devotee reciprocates with the situations of this material world. They are well aware that this material world is only meant for give us suffering, to put us in a difficult situation. It is not meant to give us any pleasure. Till that time we think it is going to give us pleasure, it has some we won't be able to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. We may have in 11th canto Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Krishna is telling who has the qualification to take up devotional service. Who has a qualification? He's speaking that na atyasakta na nirvinno. If a person is too attached to this material world or too detached, he cannot practice devotional service. Cannot. If too attached, that means what? He is completely attached. Without this, I cannot stay in my life. Now please understand this point. Why this is being spoken? If just like this, today's verse is beginning. Lusty desires are everywhere. Where it is? 18, I think, verse. Lusty desires are strong in everyone. Isn't it? What exactly mean by lust? To desire separately from Krishna. Krishna is being, Chaitanya Charitamrita is telling now. What is the verse? Krishna Indya Prativancha, Dore Prem Nam, Atmendra Prativancha, Tare Bole, Kam. So the desire to enjoy selfishly is very much deep-rooted within everybody's heart. So now the question comes that if so much desire is there in our heart, then are we qualified to practice Krishna consciousness? Na ati asakta na nirvinno. The question comes. Like I used to wonder in the beginning of my Krishna consciousness, Dhruv Maharaj had a very strong desire to get kingdom. Isn't it? Very, very strong desire to get kingdom. Na? But he got when he got perfection within 6 months. What is the problem happens? We are unable to get perfection. See, akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaravi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. So what is that which is not allowing us to perform that tibra bhakti? We also have material desire. We come in that category of having kama sarva kama. We are come in the category of we don't have desire for liberation. Moksha kama to hai nahi, akama to hai nahi. So we are coming in the category of moksha, sarva kama. So why is it that you are see? If goal of life is to perform devotional service, come back to, you should really think, na? This Bhagavatam is meant us to inspire us to take up devotional service seriously. All the different incidents in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is basically depicting our different situations in life to teach us any moment you can take up devotional service. You may have so much material desire. Your situation may be that your mother has left the world. You are the only one in the world. Narada Muni, take up devotional service, perfected his life. So different situations are being spoken. You can relate with yourself and understand what Bhagavatam is teaching for your life. All the different situations. No, you will not find any situation which is out of the syllabus for you. Sometimes Maya makes us feel that ये तो situation हमारे जीवन में ऐसा आया है कि unique है. There is nothing. You search Bhagavatam, search Chaitanya Charitamrita, all situation has been depicted. All psychological, mental, social, spiritual problem, everything has been spoken in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We should be really seeking shelter. Bhāgavatam will reveal what situation is what you call relates to us and how to take shelter. It has already given direction. Already gives direction. That is the beauty of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. That is the reason Bhāgavatam, if you read, you really love it actually. No situation in our life which is what you call you will find. Everything is what you call encompassed in this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. That is the beauty actually. Somebody wants to write a psychological book, how to deal. This is the book actually. That is the proper tells. All sociology, all psychology, everything is there in this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. If you read, you can actually, you can become the best actually psychologist also. Yeah, that is the way how actually Bhāgavatam deals. Beautiful way actually. Sometimes you really feel, when I read, I really feel how much so much content is there in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam actually. Although you should not get allured by all these contents, the whole content is what? Pure devotional service. But it is there actually. So what we were speaking, akama sarva kama va mukhya kama udaradhi tibrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham puru. So what is the difficulty? We also understand the material world is full of misery, just like Dhruva Maharaj got through a danger from his own stepmother, isn't it? Nobody could think ever that he will. Stepmother, just like a motherly figure, is speaking such a harsh word. It's too much. At those times, and they were like not some what you call state ruler, they were whole Manu Maharaj, Putra Uttana, the whole earth planet is so many planets ruler. In those places, proper rights. That what you call in those places also the what you call envy between the women's, proper the mentions those things in Bhagavatam. We find that Dhruva is getting so much hurt by the words of Mother Suruchi. And then he is going to forest, isn't it? So how is it that he got perfection and how is it that we are unable to get perfection? You should really think. 6 months. Same what you call Narad Muni gave instruction. We are also given instruction by Srila Prabhupada. What is the difficulty?
Because he followed Narad Muni whatever without any, he has a desire, but when he was following, he was not thinking of the desire.
Yes, this is the point. It's very, very subtle point what we do. We are also materializer, we are also chanting holy name, we are also what you call practicing devotional service. What is, I think it's not working out, isn't it? What happened when he performed devotional service? While performing devotional service, he didn't think of the material desire. While performing, like he's chanting. He's performing worship, he's performing worship. He's not allowing the mind to get distracted to different thoughts. That's what is being asked by Srila Prabhupada from all of us. You be focused while performing devotional service. Then the heart will get purified. Then you will be freed of offenses. That is the offense. To, what is the 11th point we tell now? To every inattentive mother of all offenses. What is being last we speak now at the end of the... It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against all these offenses. So this is the point. We have to be attentive in our practice of devotional services. Then only you can actually get the benefit of practicing devotional service very quickly. Very quickly you can get Tibrena Bhakti Yogana Yajate Purusham Param. So if we understand the place where we are in a very, very dangerous position, then only you can take this process attentively. If you are not seriously understanding this, that any activity I am doing with a desire to enjoy will entangle us. Any place we are standing and trying to do something, any moment anything can happen. If you are not aware of this fact, that this material world is full of dangers. Full of dangers means full of anything and any time, anything can happen to us. So better to take shelter. Any moment death can come. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj used to tell, we should chant our holy name. This is our last Maha Mantra. It's very easy to speak, but it's very, very difficult to apply, isn't it? Holy name seminar also they tell this point very, very emphatically. But very, very difficult. Actually, this consciousness can be achieved when if you are regularly coming in touch with Bhagavatam sincerely. If you are regularly reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, regularly hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam sincerely, then gradually you can able to realize the what do you call, this temporary nature of this material world, this dangerous nature of this material world, this miserable nature of this material world. Then only you can understand. Otherwise, careless devotional service, we won't be able to understand. It is very, very difficult actually. So you can see that how Vishwarup is picking so many mantras for what you call protecting us from different dangers. So many mantras, isn't it? But here in Bhagavatam is telling what? Directly, Samashrita Padapala. For those who have accepted the vote of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation, and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon, the ocean of the material world, is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. Their goal is Param Padam Vaikunta, the place where there are no material miseries. So every moment we can think of Krishna and completely. That is the only solution actually. That is the only solution to it. We have to think of Krishna. There is no other solution in this material world actually. Whatever way we try to solve the material existence, it entangles us. What is the verse Prahlad Maharaj is speaking? Dukkho sudam tadapi dukkham. You have heard? Dukkho sudam tadapi dukkham. Any action you perform to sort out the material miseries on a material platform only creates more entanglement. So when we are trying to practice devotional service, at least theoretically we should be convinced that the only solution in this material existence to any problem in this material world is devotional service. Pure devotional service. Anything less than that is going to entangle us. Anything less than that actually. That's the reason Prabhupada tells that anything other than service to the Supreme Lord is sin. We don't find such a heavy sentence in any spiritual practice. You will not find in such a what you call strong sentence from any of the spiritual what you call other places. You will find only Srila Prabhupada very good because his heart was throbbing to see the living entity suffering because of not practicing devotional service. He was feeling so pain. Why the living entity is suffering? Not ready to take up the process of devotional service seriously. So here in today's words, it's already so much, but still 5-10 minutes we'll discuss. So in today's words is being spoken, the lusty desires are very strong in everyone. They are greatest impedance to discharge the devotional service. This is the greatest. Those who are practicing devotional service, Srila Prabhupada writes in, I think, first canto, in some first or second, he writes, money and wealth and opposite sex, these are the two greatest impediments for the sadhaka. Greatest impediment. Lusty desires are the greatest impediment in our practice of devotional services. Because if you're too much entangled in this lusty desire, too much entangled, bhoga aishwarya prasaktanam taya aparata chetasham vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidiyat. If you're thinking too much, somebody you may be practicing devotional services, but may not be realizing that you are getting entangled, either through tongue, either through some nice, either of the senses, either of the 5 senses. Our lust is manifested. We are trying to express our lust through either of the 5 senses. We will get entangled, either of the 5 things. Eyes, ears, nose, anything. But Srila Rupa Goswami speaks, it begins with tongue. That is the reason Srila Rupa Goswami, when he tells Upadesamrut, he tells, if you want to curb this desire for lust, we have to curb the Jiva Vegam. It is the first thing Srila Rupa Goswami is bringing out. Sometimes we feel, I am having so much lusty desire. I am getting distracted, so much practice of devotional service. I am not getting focused in my practice of devotional services. I am understanding what is right, but I am unable to follow it. Isn't it? It comes. So many times I have observed in my life also it comes that, I know it what is right, but I am unable to practice. I know what you call, this is right thing we should follow. I have understood the conclusion. And Maya sometimes cheats us to make us feel, yes, I know what is right. But it will not allow us to follow what is right. That is the beauty of Maya. It is very, very difficult. So that is the reason Srila Rupa Goswami, when he wants to elevate us from our position to the, Srila Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Instruction that he wants to elevate a conditioned soul from the stage of Adho-shraddha, to the stage of prema. The first instruction Srila Rupa Goswami is bringing out what? Jiva, the tongue control. Through two things, vacha vegam, and through the speech and through what you call food, what you are intending, to control our tongue. So this is the first thing Srila Rupa Goswami is bringing out. Yes, you have to curb the lusty desire because it's bhoga aishwarya prasaktanam taya aparata chetasam. This desire for sense enjoyment. Recently I was reading one quote by Bhakti Premaraj. Maharaj is telling, if your desire is to go back to Godhead in this lifetime, we have to reduce our sense gratification. This every individual has to take in their own life as a what you call conscious endeavor. I have to reduce my own sense gratification. Then only whatever theory, whatever what you call, or whatever realization you have got, we will be able to practice on this. Otherwise, that verse in Bhagavad Gita tells na, lust will cover the knowledge. What is that verse? Yabratam. That how the lust actually covers the knowledge. So if one wants to curb this lusty desire in our heart, we have to start with practicing what we call sense control, beginning with tongue. That it has to be done. Otherwise it's very difficult. Rupa Goswami is very clearly established. I used to initially think, maybe you have to what you call, do this, do that, or by that. No. Yes, we have to take what you call, in the beginning days, Srila Prabhupada just write in Nectar of Instruction, we should take only prasada. Isn't it? But in the same Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada writes after some what you call paragraphs, what he writes? One should not enjoy prasadam with a mood to enjoy. Then again you are getting entangled. Isn't it, Prabhupada writes? This is very, very essential actually. Because otherwise it's very difficult. We know what is right, but we are unable to practice. Very, very unfortunate position. Like today morning we were hearing Bhāgavatam. Prabhupada at the end of the what you call class, he's telling this material disease like dog's tail. Prabhupada is telling. Prabhupada is telling this material disease like dog's tail. How much you oil it and try to straighten it, it will not straight. It will not get straight. Prabhupada then is telling, so similarly the people come, Swamiji, they also come, they want to keep their material enjoyment intact. Give us this some what you call way so that we can just keep our material desire intact. Very clearly was Prabhupada, this is the last practical paragraph we heard today in morning Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. I was thinking how much Prabhupada, at that time I think Prabhupada was called Swamiji in 1968 till that. So Prabhupada is telling, Swamiji, give me this or give me some mantra so that I can keep my material desire intact. So actually all of us has to take a individual Swacheshchitam. Prabhu tells na Sankirtanam tells Swacheshchitam. Bhakti, it is an individual endeavor. Nobody can speak and make a conclusion for you. It's an individual endeavor you have to take. Yes, if I want to come back to God, I will give up sense gratification. Beginning with tongue. This is, I have to take my own I have to take my own it's like decision within that I have to reduce. Nobody can make for myself. Like today, 2 days ago, I was reading Bhakti Premaraj, and I was telling, yes, I have to take for myself that I have to reduce sense gratification. And anyhow, if the age comes after 35, I have observed for myself, your health gradually, start showing symptoms that you cannot do. Like anything and anything you can take. Like I observed, like yesterday night I took that something, and today morning it was difficult. The digestion power goes down and everything is because your stomach gets heated up. Very, very difficult. So any other the body starts giving signal that you can't do too much sense gratification. But before that, if you can leave, or at least this moment if I can leave, that is the best actually. Because if you are not ready to voluntarily give it up, we won't be able to. It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult to curb this lust desire. When we are trying sincerely, then Krishna actually gives his mercy. So, therefore those are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumara, the great brahmachari devotee. Yes, you can pray. Bhagavatam is describing. Next, Narada Muni, who is the guide for Archana, is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which prescribe the regulative principles for worshipping the deity. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Devarsi Narada in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deity. So Narada Pancharatra is there. We should always take shelter of the previous Acharya. Actually, the whole deity worship, like we heard from Jananivas Prabhu, is telling when we got second initiation, Prabhuji is explaining. Very, what you call, simple way he explained a very profound principle. He's telling when you enter the altar for worshipping the deities, you enter as a servant of the spiritual master. You enter as a servant of the spiritual master. That is the mood you should enter. Then any offense you commit, Krishna will forgive. Then he told that if you are not entering as that, jo offense karega, lathi pit. Prabhu is telling you will get the beating for that, and that is very dangerous. So the whole mood of entering the deity worship or going to the altar to worship the Supreme Lord is to be in the mood of the servant of the spiritual master. Just we are trying to assist. Because we don't have, neither we have any qualification, neither we have any devotion to the Supreme Lord. Like we are worshipping deity, the material thoughts, material enjoyment thoughts comes in our heart. What? It's very precarious position. So that's the reason Prabhupada is explaining that we should be taking shelter of the Narada Muni, all the previous acharyas, so that we can be relieved of the offenses. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. It's very detailed. It's being spoken that how there are so many offenses in deity worship. Very, very so many offenses. So, as we were speaking in the beginning, that key, if you take shelter of the Supreme Lord, understanding that every moment there is danger, and perform all our activities only to please Lord Viṣṇu, then only you can get rid of this material existence. Otherwise, is very, very entangled in this material world. Samasrita ye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavam buddhir bachchu padam param padam yad vipadam natesham. Okay, we'll end it here. Anybody has any question? Huh? No question. Oh, online is there somebody? Nobody is there? Good. So many actually prayers has been spoken. Actually, all of us being a conditioned soul and sadhaka, we should be always in a prayerful mode. Always be in a prayerful mode. Prabhupada tells, somebody tells that you can keep me, what you call, you can keep me amongst so many women, but I will not get disturbed. Then another day Prabhupada is praying to the deities, isn't it? So devotee asked Prabhupada, you told you are not disturbed, you will not be conquered by Maya, now you are praying. He told, because I am praying. That is the reason. And that is the mood of a devotee. Always he is praying. He is not feeling. Like today morning we were hearing Bhagavatam, Prabhupada is telling that Tamal Krishna Maharaj is asking to Srila Prabhupada the question. He is telling Prabhupada, sometime while serving you I feel blessed, and sometime I feel because when I'm seeing that there's so much mystic I'm doing in the service to you, I'm feeling very much terrible. Prabhupada is laughing. Feeling terrible? Prabhupada is telling. Prabhupada, so much mystic you do, you are not perfect. Prabhupada told, yeah, you should always feel like that. That we are unable to do it nicely. A Vaishnava should always feel like that. As soon as you think little confident, Maya will attack you, Prabhupada is explaining. So always we should feel what you call that key. I need shelter of the Supreme Lord. I need help of Vaishnavas. I need guidance from devotees. This is the always mode. Material world means he always thinks I can do nicely. Nobody should tell me anything. I know what to do. Not ready to give up the false ego. That is the reason the whole devotional series is beginning with Adu Guru Asya. We have to find out a spiritual master where you have to take shelter. If just scripture would have been enough, why spiritual master is needed? Think about it. Scriptures, all the instruction has been spoken. Then why the spiritual master is needed? You would have just read scriptures and have understood it. Why? Does spiritual master needed in practice of devotional service? Spiritual master is needed in our practice of devotional service. Why? Scriptures are giving all the instruction. Spiritual master is just repeating.
Realize in our heart until we serve the spiritual master.
Okay, the knowledge cannot be realized in our heart until we serve the spiritual. Any verse? Where it is written that knowledge cannot be realized? Any words? Why you? See, please understand, very, very simple point, but very, very, what you call, important point. Like today morning, I was hearing while taking bath, Nectar of Devotion class. So, where Prabhupada is explaining, there it comes. What it comes, where Prabhupada is explaining? Yeah, Nirvande Krishna Sambandhe. Yes, this point he was Prabhupada is explaining. He was telling every activity should be in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Nirvande Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. Prabhupada is telling that our activities should have two-fold things. Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayanjata Nirvande Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. We should be detached from the sense gratification. That particular service you are trying to doing through the material world, and we should do it in relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. So, Prabhupada is explaining then, as soon as, I think Pradyumna Prabhu was reading that from Nectar of Devotion, then Prabhupada, yes, what is that service it has to in relationship with the Supreme Lord? It should not be mental speculation. It should be sanctioned by the spiritual master. Prabhupada is very much clearly telling. It should be sanctioned by the spiritual master. And if you read Nectar of Devotion, very clearly Prabhupada is writing there. The first that relationship will be revived with the spiritual master, then with the Supreme Lord. The relationship has to be established with the spiritual master. Then through that relationship, your relationship with the Supreme Lord will get again re-established.
But as the disciple accepts the Guru, the relationship already developed or getting established. What?
Yeah, very nice question. He's telling just by taking initiation, does the relationship is established? Think about it. I have taken initiation. No. Just like we feel for our parents, very a deep connection. Same thing we should feel for the spiritual master on a spiritual platform, not as a material relationship. Then the relationship is getting established. Just by taking initiation, that relationship is not established. Isn't it? It's the beginning of the relationship, isn't it? It's like Prabhupada gives example to tell that just like earlier times the marriages used to happen, child marriage used to happen. So the husband and the wife, they are bound through marriage, but hardly any relationship. By serving, like Prabhupada is explaining, by serving what happens? Initially, the girl is told, okay, go and give the food to the boy, serve this way, give the water, do this for her. Then the relationship is established, isn't it? But the relationship with the Supreme Lord is re-established through the relationship with the spiritual master. If you are unable to have any relation, if you are unable to feel for the spiritual master, unable to see the things in relationship with the spiritual master, it is very difficult to see in connection with Krishna. It will be theoretical for us. You understand? It will be theoretical. How we came to this point? No, before. Okay, we were speaking this point, the need of a spiritual master in our life, isn't it? You spoke the point that how actually by serving the spiritual master they realize knowledge. What is the words? In Bhagavad Gita it is told, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashtena sevaya upadekhyandi te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. It will get revealed. Yes deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasya ve kathito heto prakasante mahatmana. It will get revealed by serving the spiritual master. So how that science happens? Think about it. Why is it told to serve a spiritual master? By that the whole process is beginning. Why? Then only you want to serve. Na? Why? Is he having some secret mantra? He reveals, then he doesn't reveal. When he gets pleased, then he reveals. Why is it told like that? Why is it this concept for the vertical conditioned soul is to serve a spiritual master, to surrender to a spiritual master is being spoken? Why is it spoken like this? What is the exact duty? Why the conditions need to surrender to a spiritual master? Why all of us need to surrender to a Vaishnava or a spiritual master? Why?
Because by surrendering, we become humble. And because out of envy we came to here.
Yes. He's telling because the whole disease of the conditioned living entity is that he has an independent enjoying mentality. The whole disease. He wants to enjoy the way he wants to enjoy. He wants to live the way he wants. The freedom he wants to exercise it. Yes, you can exercise it, but in relationship with the Supreme Lord. So the spiritual master, the whole process is that when a spiritual master, you surrender to a spiritual master, you keep aside your own thought, you follow what is being spoken. If you have faith in the spiritual master, not dogmatic way. We have to develop faith, then only we should surrender. But if you have faith, understand that he is representing the Supreme Lord. He is my only well-wisher. He has no other desire other than to what you call trying to reconnect me to the Supreme Lord. That is the only thing. So what we should do then? We have a desire to enjoy. Like Dhruva Maharaj had a desire to get a kingdom. Isn't it? But when Narada Muni told that if you want to get Supreme Lord, you have to do all these things. So what he did, he kept aside his desire. He just followed what he was told. He could have calculated, na, 1 महीना कर दिया, कुछ हुआ क्या? कुछ तो मिला नहीं, बैंक अकाउंट में कुछ नहीं आया, nothing I could get, neither I am getting anything. No, he had faith. Because in the 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita, when pure devotional services Krishna is explaining, the first element is telling faith for pure devotional. Whole 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita is describing pure devotional service. Prabhu is explaining in the 3rd verse of, you read, after speaking Rajavidya Rajaguyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Bhagavam Dharmam Susukam Kartum Abhyam. He's glorifying the pure devotional service. What is the glories of this pure devotional service? But the 3rd verse is telling those who are not faithful, they cannot achieve this. Very clearly being spoken. Asatadhanaya Purusha. Isn't it? As soon as you are faithless, you cannot achieve this process. Faith is such an element in practice of pure devotional services. So the faith has to be there in the spiritual master. Faith has to be there in Vaishnava. He is telling my truth. We have to keep aside our ego. Otherwise it's difficult. At least for some time you should try. We have so much. You find out where you are having that strong faith and follow them. Otherwise you cannot come out of our what you call enjoyment. We cannot come out. However we hear that lecture, so much lecture, we may have so much knowledge in our what you call mind and intelligence. You cannot come out. Because you are not ready. Because that is the beginning of practice of devotion. You have to surrender somewhere. Wherever you have faith, that you have to choose. But you have to surrender. That actually begins the process of devotional service. Then you will find when you surrender, you may have knowledge, but that gets revealed. It becomes a fact for you when you surrender to a spiritual master. That is the beauty of surrender. It's very difficult to Prabhupada tells actually. Everything is revealed. Everything is revealed. Dhruva Maharaj, he had not gone to school, but he surrendered to spiritual master. Krishna appeared in front of him. All knowledge got revealed. Isn't it? Prabhupada tells, I think yesterday or day before yesterday we were telling. He may be may not be a literate person, but Krishna reveals everything to him. How it is very difficult to conceive, but that's the way it is that devotional service. So the point is that you have to find out some Vaishnava spiritual master where you are ready to surrender. Ready to surrender. Ready to bend down action. Because the condition living in so much ego. All of us has so much ego. We don't want to bend down. We always calculate, okay, why he spoke beyond my what you call improportionately. I did little mistake, but why he spoke? Isn't it? When the spiritual master chastages, very, very difficult. I was hearing what you call Vrindavan pastimes, how the Vrindavan temple got built. I think last year Vrindavan temple's 50th year was there last year, I think, yes, installation. There I was hearing, and many devotees were speaking. They were telling how Srila Prabhupada used to only chastise Surabhi Prabhu, who was the architect and main in charge for the temple construction. Devotee was telling me, we were feeling so much pity for itna chastise. It was like he is trying his best. He is like hardly sleeping. Still Prabhupada goes on chastising. Prabhupada used to tell, hey, everybody is glorifying, but I am chastising. What can I do? That is the duty of a spiritual master. So much. But Surabhi Prabhu also so much releases that how Prabhupada, what you call, felt him so close that he could chastise so openly. So much actually. So you can find that through that great chastisement or through the great discipline, what you call, done by his spiritual master, great purification happens. Great blessings for a disciple, great blessing for a disciple. You can find all the Srila Prabhupada disciples, anybody got chastised by Srila Prabhupada, every disciple practically releases today. How much they got chastised by Srila Prabhupada, they releases it, very much releases it. Obviously, in the beginning days, it's very difficult to conceive. Naturally, the ego pops up. It will, no, we are not ready to bend down. What you understand, I also understand. But somehow you should develop faith in some Vaishnava, some spiritual master, and ready to bend down. There, our actually benefit is there. That is very, very essential. Because otherwise, this independent enjoy mentality cannot be curbed. How much you hear, whatever you do, cannot curb. You cannot come until unless you bend down to a spiritual master and hear from him, or to surrender and ready to mold our life according to him. It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult in this. We may know many things, we may know everything. It's very difficult. We find even in same thing in that Roma Sutta. He knew everything. He studied from Veda Vyas so scrutinizingly. Just that not submissiveness to the higher authority. Difficult. Prabhupada is explaining, maybe 3-4 days I was hearing one class, Prabhupada is explaining. He was telling the whole, although we have been we have been told to, we are serving the public, but our goal is to please our superior. Our goal is not to please public. These are the two sentences Prabhupada told. Like we are serving, like we are creating this whole temple also that the public can come and take darshan of the Supreme Lord, they can become devotee. We are trying to do many other services, like trying to preach Krishna consciousness. We are trying to serve the public. But the goal is to what? To please our superior. Prabhupada is speaking this much only. Prabhupada's goal is to please our superior. That is the only thing. Not to impress the public, not to do anything with the public. That is the bit. Today also we heard Bhāgavatam, where Prabhupada, one devotee was asking question. He was telling Prabhupada, when you go to perform Sankirtan, there how to perform Sankirtan such a way that you can engage the so many public in a practice, in Sankirtan. Prabhupada told, our goal is to please Krishna. If Krishna is satisfied, everything is taken care. You focus on that, Prabhupada is telling. Today only we heard Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is explaining this point. Our goal is to please Krishna actually. Actually, if you perform sincere practice of devotion, sincerely if you are trying to chant holy name, Krishna exactly brings those souls to in the right association. We have observed. But if our goal is to, somehow that because we are fruitive, so much fruitive in our mentality. I was telling to even the boys today, I was telling we are so much fruitive in our mentality. We look for either to impress the person whom we are trying to preach. Through impress, we want to bring him to Krishna consciousness, or we want to impress the devotees that we see. Either because that mentality is very strong in our heart, very, very strong, very, very difficult. Until unless we very deliberately keep the instruction of this higher authority as the in front. Yes, the thought will come, but you keep that in front and keep it your own thought aside. Then there is hope that gradually you may get purified. This mode of service will help us to chant also nicely, take up process of devotional service seriously. Okay, we'll end it here. Anybody any question?
What is happening that demigods are seeking center of the Lord for them because they have lost their kingdom and they want protection for it and they are praying for the Lord. And it may say that sir, whatever you may have desire, you may not have desire, you should worship the Lord. But they are just worshipping for their own for sense gratification. Is it good? Whatever, because they are worshipping the Lord.
No, from pure devotional point of view, if you are performing Tibrena Bhakti Yoga, this is pure devotional service.
Yeah, they are not performing that kind of.
So in one place it comes when they go for Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra to be killed, they glorify the Supreme Lord so nicely, isn't it? After glorifying the Supreme Lord very nicely, what happens? They ask. So Krishna tells, "Arey, kya karti hai yaar? You nicely you prayed. Arey, you could have asked me to some. Again, you asked for material thing." So Krishna has already given indication what they are praying for. He is not happy. Krishna is not pleased. Anukulya, What are the words? What is the definition of pure devotional service? Anya vilasita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavrtnam anukulyana krishnanu silanam. So it's not pleasing Krishna. How it is pure devotional service? Pure devotional service is pleasing Krishna. That's all. So that is the standard is Tibrena Bhakti Yogena. That is very simple. It's okay. We'll end it. Srila Prabhupada ki, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki.